Hello, my beauties. How are you all? I hope you're doing wonderful. So I'm here today to do the second part of my Curology video. I know I said 2 weeks, but a lot of things happened. I use my phone for my camera, and I had some issues with my phone, so I was not able to make the video on time. And every time I try to make the video, someone calls me or knocks on the door or something silly like that happens. So I'm just a little like, ooh, about it. So hopefully this time it will go through smoothly. So our Curology, you get a free trial for 30 days. All you have to do is pay shipping, which was like $5, which is not bad. And I've been hearing, people were raving about this and how excellent it was. So I really wanted to see, because before I had done my own routine, I had acne all on my chin and like a little bit into my cheeks area. I mean, really bad acne. And I never had acne when I was young. I just happened to get acne as I got older. So I don't know if it was my diet or habits that I have that added to it, because I did smoke, and now I use a vaporizer, and so that may help, because smoking will cause acne in this area, and I did have it there as well. So it could have been a number of things. So when I started the Curology, I had two tiny little pimples that were looking like they might start something, but if kept under control would go away. And I have on this side, I just had the scarring on this side, but you can see now I have a pimple there, part of the problem. So I had asked for something for acne and for scarring and for preventative for wrinkles. Because I know I look young, but I am 35, and doing the preventative things for wrinkles when you're younger, in your 20s, is like gold to not have wrinkles. Like it really worked for me, so it will work for you. If you just use like a retinol moisturizer or something like that. Something simple. You don't have to go crazy about it. So the first thing that you get is the cleanser. And then what you would use is the super bottle. And it looks real nice and big until you take the cap off, and then it's this tiny little bottle. And I would read the ingredients that they gave me, but I can no longer read the label. So I read it in my last video, my previous video. It's under Curology review and skincare advice. So, and you can look that up under the Everyday Girl. That's my YouTube name. So I can't read, but I read them all because I just received it then, and you can get that information then. So, and then there's the moisturizer, which it's like the same thing, half of it, and this isn't product either. This is the pump. So you only get, it's only about half of what it looks like. So that actually did really affect the amount of product that I had. The first problem I had was with the cleanser. And the one thing that I did not like was, it's like, it was almost like a serum. That's the best way for me to describe it. It felt like a serum. It felt like I was washing my face with a serum. Now, when you put serum on, it does not feel like it's cleansing your face. So I did not feel like my face was being cleansed at all. So, and you had to use a pretty reasonable amount just to even get it all over your face. So, of course, after only 2.5, maybe we're at the 3-week point, but I haven't been using it since the 2-week point, or actually maybe just a couple days it's been actually. It ran out. So a 30-day product lasts 2.5 weeks. Even if it lasted 3 weeks, still it's supposed to last 4 weeks or even 30 days. the other thing about it was it smelled god awful. It was like the most medicated smell, and this isn't even supposed to be the medicated part. It was the most medicated smell I've ever smelled in a face product, like cleansing serum, moisturizer, or anything like that. Toner, even using witch hazel as a toner, which I use, it didn't bother, the smell doesn't bother me like this did. So then we had our super bottle, and we had the same problem. Nothing coming out anymore. You know, I want you guys to know that I'm being legitimate when I say this. So I wanted to show you. And I asked for it to clean up my acne scars, and for preventative of wrinkles, like I said. Now, they were these pimples here when I started. I had had them for about a few days. And they were only little like this. And since I used the Curology, my acne did not reoccur because I took out my products that I was using. But it didn't clear up even these two tiny little pimples. And I know it may seem ridiculous to you guys for me to use Curology for acne, but believe me, without the right products, this will all be broken out and red and disgusting. So it did prevent my acne from reoccurring, but it didn't clear up the even little bit of pimples that I had. And then I have another little one that started to pop up over here. And I want you to know that these have not been since I stopped the Curology. This was going on when I was using the Curology, which was, like I said, only a few days ago did I stop because I ran out of product. And it didn't do anything for my scars. I mean, absolutely nothing. I think only maybe the serum that I use maybe had helped with that, but that's been going on for a long time. So the only thing I have left is the moisturizer. And the moisturizer, it was okay. I mean, there was nothing really wrong with it. It didn't have a funky smell like the cleanser. It was more like a serum though as well. So the way I feel about Curology is this. Right in the bin, because it didn't do anything that it said it was supposed to do. And some people may think, oh, well, maybe if you had used it for 30 days, it would. I don't want to wait 30 days for one little pimple to clear up, but instead get worse. That's not a good product for me, and that's not like what they say that they are supposed to do. So if I was to give it a rating on, say, 1 to 5 stars, I'd probably only give it a 2.5. And that's honestly just because my acne did not reoccur, which I was nervous about, that if I stopped my routine that I had been using, that my acne would reoccur. So my acne did not reoccur, so that's a good point. So I would not recommend this product. I would recommend, if you're really that interested, to try the free trial, but to make sure you cancel it and then maybe, reorder it if it works. But I always try to cancel things early because otherwise I forget and then I get charged. So I wouldn't want that to happen to any of you guys. So I wouldn't suggest it. It's not worth the money because I know it's not cheap. It was worth it for a try, but I honestly, I don't think, and I think if I had had a full face of acne at the time, I don't believe it would have cleared up pretty much anything. I don't think it would have at all, because it didn't even clear up a tiny little pimple that I had. It made it worse is really what happened. So I'm just going to go back over with you guys in case you didn't catch my last video, the first Curology video, my skin routine, and show you guys what I use and what works for me and has worked for me for acne. So, and this is, I did have extensive acne, so please believe that. And you can see how clear my face is now. This is like a mole or a freckle or something like that. So that's not a pimple. But you can see that I have the scarring. But that has gotten better over time, over months. It takes months, believe me, for the scarring to get better. And then I was in the sun, so I have some freckles going on. So what I use for my cleanser is I use Biore charcoal, and this is the main one, is the Biore witch hazel. Now the Biore witch hazel also has a toner as well, a witch hazel toner, but I use just regular witch hazel. It's a lot cheaper. It does the same thing. And it's a lot purer. It doesn't have any other chemicals or ingredients in it. It's just the witch hazel. So I like that. I'm more of a, maybe not organic, but like homemade masks and things like that. I'm more into that stuff. And if you guys are interested in an acne and acne scar mask, in my previous video, there is a recipe for a homemade mask. So check that out. So after I wash my face, and then at nighttime, when I've been wearing makeup, I sometimes substitute, instead of the charcoal, I use this Garnier Skin Active Micellar Foaming Cleanser all-in-one rinse-off. Show you that stuff, and this is great. And you can use regular micellar water, that's fine, to take your makeup off. I just happen to like this one because I feel like it's cleansing at the same time. So, and if you know me, if you've seen any of my other videos, you'll know that I like to mix products together to get what I'm really looking for, because this one has this and this one has this, and I need both. So just put them together. Just be careful with what you put together. You know, some things can not react the same, but so just be careful on mixing products. But so then what I do is I do a serum, and I use Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Serum with hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is the best humectant that there is. It, per one molecule of hyaluronic acid, it can hold like thousands, 1,000 or thousands. I don't remember exactly. I don't want to be wrong, but it's something close to that, molecules of water. So, which is more than any other moisturizer or humectant there is, which is basically what humectant means, is a moisturizer, or something that draws in water. So I use this, and then I mix this with, I have The Ordinary. It's 100% organic, cold press rosehip seed oil. Rosehip seed oil, so you guys can see that. I don't know if you'll be able to read that, but is packed, and I mean packed, with vitamin A. Vitamin A is one of the best ingredients for your skin. It does everything that you need, pretty much, except like cleanse your skin and moisturize it. But it helps your new cells come up to the surface and get rid of the old cells. It helps repair the skin. It helps with anti-aging. It's basically retinol. That's vitamin A. So you guys are a little more comfortable on what we're talking about. So I like to mix these two together to use as a serum, to help with my scarring on my face, and just to help to renew my face and my skin. So then after, actually before that, I do my exfoliating. Now, I use either, after I wash, I exfoliate, then I do serum. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. And I don't know what brand this is. It does not say it on here. And I bought it. Oh, it's like HYD, and it's actually for men, but I've been using it, and it exfoliates and fights ingrown hairs, and it's a buffer stick. And it looks like this. And this is the only like label that I see on it, but it's a microdermabrasion stick, and it works excellent. I use this, or I use coconut oil mixed with sugar. And you can use, instead of regular sugar, you can use brown sugar if you want, if that's a little too rough. If you are using they call that a mechanical exfoliant, because then we have chemical exfoliants, which are like AHAs and BHAs. They chemically exfoliate, which I use a mask by Aveeno Positively Radiant, and that one is a chemical. It's a peel off mask, but it's chemical exfoliant, because at my age, I'm 35, is when you want to start using a chemical exfoliant. So, but I use this buffer stick, and I just do circles all over my face, and then I rub it in with my hands to really get the effect and rinse it off. So then I move to the serum, and then, oh my god, I keep telling you guys the wrong thing. Then it is not the serum, it is the toner. Okay, so start from scratch. The first one is the cleanser. Then I do the exfoliant buffer stick. Then I do my witch hazel toner. And you want to put this on. I put it on with, I'm going to show you, and I cleanse with this as well. It's a nice spongy material. It's a little rough at first, as you can see, but it exfoliates at the same time, which is what I like, gently. So I put just a little bit on here and rub it all over my face. And then I usually like brush my teeth or something and wait for that to dry. And then I apply the serum. I'm sorry, guys, that I'm all over the place today. This is like my sixth take on this with all the problems I had with my phone. So I'm just a little blah, 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 which you guys know I get sometimes. So then I apply my eye cream next. And that I use the same Neutrogena Hydro Boost gel cream with hyaluronic acid, because the hyaluronic acid, because it's so moisturizing, it helps with wrinkles. And then I also use vitamin E oil. And this brand I got at the grocery store at, I don't know where you guys are at, but I got this at either a Price Chopper or Hannaford. The brand is Jason, I believe is how you say it. And this is 45,000 IU, which I don't really know what the IU stands for. I just know that's how much vitamin E is actually in it, which is a good number. And it's a skin oil, and it helps fight lines and wrinkles, which vitamin E is great for, and it also helps soften the skin. So I put on my eye cream after that. Then I have a few moisturizers, and this one is Gold Bond Ultimate Neck and Chest Firming Cream. And show you guys that. This I just use right here on my neck. And I'll tell you, I was starting to get a little bit of that saggy chin right here, and a little bit of a double chin, kind of. Not much, but as you can see now, I mean, it's very tight and it's very firm, and it works excellent. So I use that. Then I have, by Rock, these are retinol correction wrinkle resurfacing system, and there's two of them. One smooths deep wrinkles and one boosts the skin's radiance. So that's what these look like. And I put those on all over my face and I let that absorb because I use a couple moisturizers. There's also the Rock Multi-Correction 5-in-1 Daily Moisturizer, but this one has sunscreen. It has SPF 30 in it. If you guys can see that. I don't know if it'll focus very well in order for you to see it, but that's what the bottle looks like. So that one I just use in the morning so that I have it, because you don't need SPF when you're sleeping. You need SPF even if it's cloudy or thundering out or pouring out or anything, but you do not need it to go to sleep. So that's something that I can exclude, and I usually use these at night and then this one in the morning. So the only other thing that I do use is moisturizer is Aveeno Clear Complexion, and this is just a daily moisturizer that helps keep my acne at bay. And so that way the moisturizers don't affect my oily skin and give me more breakouts. So basically, I'm just going to go over it because I know I was kind of all over the place in order real quick. I use the two Biore's and in the morning, and then instead of the charcoal, I use the Micellar Foaming Cleanser with the Witch Hazel Biore at night to take off my makeup. I then, and not every day, but between 2 to 3 times for my age, 2 to 3 times a week, you want to exfoliate. So I use my buffer stick to exfoliate, or I use the coconut oil and the sugar, which you can use brown sugar for if it's a little too rough for you. Then I go to my witch hazel. And also sometimes if my skin is feeling a little, I don't know what the word is, sensitive. If my skin is feeling, because I do get sensitive skin sometimes, I use just rose water for a toner. All you have to do is take some dried rose leaves, boil them in some water, and you can boil them in quite a bit of water, and you will get, as long as you get a good rich color and the color is pretty much drawn out of the rose petals, then you're all set. And so you just strain it and put it in some type of container. So we use that. Then we use our serum, our Neutrogena Hydra Boost with hyaluronic acid, and the ordinary rosehip seed oil. Use those together. Then in the morning, I use the Rock with the SPF, which is the 5-in-1 multi-correction. I always use the neck and chest cream. And at nighttime, because at nighttime your face works the hardest to repair itself, so that's why I use these at nighttime, the resurfacing moisturizers. And these are very good for wrinkles as well, so they're good at night. And I use then the Neutrogena Hydra Boost Eye Cream with vitamin E, and I mix these two together. And then just the Clear Complexion from Aveeno, which I use instead of the Rock at nighttime. So I know it seems like such a great amount of stuff, but that's just the stuff that I need. Now, you may not need the neck and chest cream. You may not, like, I would suggest some kind of anti-wrinkle cream to put on at night. Like if you're for your nighttime moisturizer, which is pretty much what this is. Because that's when your skin, if you're using it preventatively, is really going to make a difference as you age. The vitamin E is very good for that as well. You can just rub vitamin E all over your skin. So other than that, the only other thing that I use is this little beauty here, which is from Ulta Beauty, and it's called Shaved Ice, and it is for your lips, because you want to make sure your lips are exfoliated too, especially if you like to wear makeup. You just take a little bit out like this, rub it on your lips. It actually tastes pretty good because you get some in your mouth whether you help it or not. And then take your little sponge or whatever and wipe it away. So if you do not have a lip scrub, what you can do is take your washcloth. Now this one's dry, but you would have your wet washcloth and almost like you're blotting your lips like you used to do with lipstick, remember that? And rub it in between. And a dry one almost works better, but it can be a little rough on your lips. So, you know, that's up to you on what you want to try for that. So, I hope that this was helpful for you guys, and I hope the Curology review was very helpful. I hope it wasn't too overwhelming, my skincare routine. A lot of it is because I'm not unable to get all of the products that I want from one product. Like, I want my moisturizer to be anti-wrinkle and anti-acne. They just don't have that. So I have to mix like these two together and the Aveeno, or I mix this one in the morning with the Aveeno for my moisturizer, and that's pretty much it. So if you guys have any questions, I have lots more information on skincare and for different ages. If you guys have any questions, please comment below. I will answer everybody's questions. I promise you that. And please, please, please make sure you subscribe and like this video down below. And trust me, there will be many more videos to come on skincare and hairdos and makeup and just all kinds of things like that. I'm gonna be doing some hacks. So I would love to get you guys all involved. So make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit that bell so that you know when I drop a video and you can be able to see it right away. So thank you guys again, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.